so let's see. I have a thought about this church and how it all started. And as everyone knows, it started around Ro's dining table. Me and Ro and Mary Ann and a few older ladies, much older.
Okay, I remember our first Bible study. It was in March, and I was 8 months pregnant, and Sarah was born 4 weeks to the day of our first study. And we had around 8 people around the table, and I believe 5 or 6 of them, I had to cook dinner to get them to come over. And
anyway, long story short, we had been through 3 Bible study teachers. And in the meantime, unfortunately, Ro's brother had passed away. So at the service, she said to me, Patty, look, there's our new Bible study teacher. So I kind of loved to check him out. And it was this kid, literally. And I thought in my head, this kid is going to be our Bible study teacher. He looks about 16 years old. And he really did. And I thought, oh, well, whatever, you know. Well, don't mess with God when he has a plan.
Looking around the dining room table and saying, I can't believe we started here. And that made me think of, now look where we are. And I am just so thrilled to have been part of this plan that God had, and to see it come this far.
Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide.
Because here I am, not really saved yet, trying to figure out this whole church thing and trying to figure these crazy people out. And Sandy's going to this church in Patterson, and she's like, oh, I don't know what's going on there, right? So I invite her to come to my church. That's not really my church yet. I'm really not sure I want to be there yet, 100%. And so we go to the Ramada Inn, which is another problem because we're at a hotel, right? As Sandy said. So that's why I love to tell this story, because it's so awesome.
It wasn't so much the hotel, it's just the feeling that you got when you were there. And it was so tiny and just so intimate. And it was just so great. When Pastor, we went through the whole sermon and the whole thing, the singing, it was so beautiful. It was just gorgeous. And my heart was starting to flutter.
And then it got ruined. And then it got ruined. All of a sudden, pastors, at this time, we don't know it's called laying hands, and Kathy Wong, this big with the belly, towers down. And all I see is she's on the floor. And like, nobody's caring about her. They literally walk over her belly, throw a jacket on her or something, and I'm a little freaked out. So I take a little tiny step backwards, or at least I attempt to do that. Then Marian Belinsky, I think, was next. She goes down. Now by the 3rd person, I am flipping out. What are they doing to these people here? So I'm trying to back up, and I tell you no lie, my feet would not move. They were stuck to the ground, literally stuck. Next thing I know, though, Sandy goes, I'm out of here. And she starts literally, I don't know, catapulting over chairs. And I'm like, good, because whatever she did allowed me to be able to go. And I ran behind her, and we run. And we get into my car.
No, I was sitting in my car.
Was it your car? Because
Yes.
I felt like I was behind the driver's seat.
No. You were sitting in I was sitting in my car. You
All right,
came by
so we're like
the
this,
opening.
smoking, right?
No, we weren't smoking.
Well, I was. Okay,
You
she
were.
was always the same. I was
No.
smoking. And wait, and she's crying, and I'm hysterical.
I'm
'cause
so sorry.
I'm like, Sandy, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did this. I don't know what happened. They've never done this before, right? Never. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. And then she goes, no, you don't understand. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. And right, doing this, and then all of a sudden your mother comes out the door, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like this. And do you remember ducking under the dashboard? Like, oh my gosh, she's going to see us.
The second I walked into here, and the second he laid hands on Kathy, and she went down, I knew that God was there. I knew that His Spirit was there. I knew whatever, all the junk that was on the inside of me was going to be cleansed out. I knew it, and I was so grateful, and I couldn't get it across her because she kept saying, I'm so sorry, I promise I would.
Well, and I'm crying. I'm crying.
Both of us are crying. Like
She's crying. I'm crying.
But
And then she goes, what did you say?
It was the best experience I had in my whole life.
She goes, that's not exactly what she said. This is what she said. You don't understand. But you don't understand. I want to be just like them. And I went, ah! What happened?
On the walls, wherever you would call me, and take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger.
In the early days, and I couldn't start without remembering our dear brother Jose Feliciano. What a blessing he was to us, and how much life he infused into all of us and everyone he came in contact with. Our very first services, of how there were more people, seemed like it was up on the altar than there were actual, people in the congregation, and I would be so nervous to play, but I don't know why I was so nervous, because there was nobody in the congregation. So I remember being on Wednesday nights, our music practices, and how anointed they were, because we had no talent, and we would cry out to God, and we would just say, God, we need you, and we'd have glorious practices. And then Frank Ichabod, the janitor, would come in and say, okay, it's time to go home. And we're just in the glory and the presence of God, and the fire of God was coming down, and he, like a wet blanket, would just, put the gabash on everything.
We would get together on Thursday nights. That's how we took this ministry so seriously, and we would get down every note that we tried to sing, or harmonize, but especially get the melody too. And it was such a dedication, and we would just take turns at people's homes, and those were special times. Sometimes.
Keep my eyes above the waves. My soul will rest in your embrace.
When I was given the opportunity to sing with the kids, the first song with the kids, and it was called A Baby Changes Everything, and I was just very honored, and I want to thank Sister Karen and Pastor, but mainly Sister Karen, that I brought the idea to her, and she went with it. She and Anne-Marie too got involved, and it was just better, more than I could ever imagine, and that's God. So he did.
This world can be cold and bitter. Feels like we're in the dead of winter, waiting on something better. But am I really gonna hide forever? Over and over again, I hear your voice in my head. Let your light shine, let your light shine for all to see, and start a fire in my soul, fan the flame.
Pastor Tom and his church are responsible for my salvation and accepting Jesus in a way that I had never accepted Jesus into my heart before. And my baptism was the most amazing soul, mind, body altering experience. I went down, and Pastor Tom held me down for a few more seconds. He said he was going to do that, and the crowd laughed.
Yeah, probably giving my heart to the Lord about 18 years ago. And getting dunked in the pool to Ramada Inn, and Pastor Tom keeping me down like an extra 30 seconds. Just this guy needs a little bit more, and he almost drowned.
Again, I hear your voice in my head. They need to know I need to go. Spirit, won't you fall on my heart now? Start a fire in my soul, fan the flame and make it grow. So there's no doubt or denying. Let it burn so brightly that everyone around can see that it's you that we need.
Okay, I have two favorite memories. One was when I was told that we finally found a place to build our church. And we went there, and it was a house, right? Which was fantastic. Praise God for that, and it was awesome. Then a second great memory was when I walked, Pastor Tom invited us to see the building, this building being built, and it was still under construction, and Gary, Pastor Tom, and myself, we walked in here, and it was just the best feeling, because it was a feeling of relief. It was a sigh that we're finally home.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
My most important, I think, was my baptism. You know, that.
What came to my mind first was when I decided that we were going to get water baptized.
The night I went to my first baptism.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus walked, oh, when he walked, when Jesus walked, washed sins away, Lord. Oh, it's a happy day. Oh, Lord. Good God.
Spend today in a conversation in the mirror, face to face with somebody less than
15, 16 years ago, I first stepped into this church at the Scottish Rites building, and I was there alone. Today, my husband, my children, my son-in-law, my grandchild, we love the Lord. And I can't imagine my life without God, without the people that have just embraced us along the way. So I'm thankful and just honored and privileged to be here and to celebrate this glorious day. And now my husband would like to say a few words.
Well, brother, we've come a long way. As you remember, my wife and my daughters were coming here over in Scottish Rites, and I wasn't. You also know from our first meeting that I threatened you. I told you that I believed you to be a cult. I told you I investigated cults. And I also told you that if you decided to walk them out onto the golf course for Kool-Aid, I would be there to stop you. We've certainly come a long way. Who knew from that first meeting at Cornetto's picnic when I met you, that on that same property, I would step out of a crowd fully clothed into a pool to be baptized. Who would also imagine that I would stand up with you in front of 100 police recruits and explain to them how through the power of God and the help of God will get them through their career. I have to thank everyone here, you especially, for guiding me and with the help of God getting to where I am today. Thank you.
Until you stop breathing, till you stop bleeding, until your heart stops kick drum beating. When it's hard times, when it's long days, and the enemy is right up in your face.
The first time that I came here, I had come here at a recommendation from a friend, and I have been saved over 30 years. Was at a church for a long period of time. I left the church and was searching for another church. I want to say I probably have searched, I'm a little picky, I probably visited 15 or 20 different churches all over the place. And when I came here, the difference between this church and any other church was just the warmth, the sincerity, just the feeling that I belonged immediately as soon as I walked in. I mean, people greeting me, people speaking to me after church, during church. I mean, just the love that exudes in this church is uncomparable to any place else I've ever been. Like I said, I'm very picky, and I went through a lot of different churches, but this, by far, when I walked in, I felt like this was home.
'Cause I'm never gonna leave you, always gonna see you through to the other side. Keep fighting the good, fighting the good, fighting the good fight, good fight. Just keep on singing, and keep on dancing. And joy will be your banner, and my love will be your anthem. And you may never know what your tomorrow holds, but you can know that I am holding your tomorrow. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep letting your light shine, yeah. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep letting your light shine. 'Cause I'm never gonna leave you, always gonna.
Did she tell you about it? Elf is one of my favorite movies, and it has been a joke for a long time about me being short. You know, relentless people, and so I call them my people. The elves are my people, and so the first Sunday that I came, in the middle of the service, your father kept talking about food. I said, wow, you must really be hungry or something. He's talking about food. But then he said, you know, it's like that great movie Elf. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like he related to me on a different plane. And I said, the Holy Spirit must have whispered, you're not going to understand now, but just say something about Elf and you've got her.
Specific, but I just remember one of your dad's services when I first started coming to church. He had used the analogy of SpongeBob. When I first started coming here, that Thomas, he thinks more highly of SpongeBob than his opinion as a pastor and a dad. And I'm like, I like this church, you know. When he said that, I'm like, all right, I can make this church type of thing. So.
If you wanna see how much you mean to me, look at my hands, look at my side. If you could count the times that say you are forgiven, it's more than the drops in.
So we've really enjoyed being able to work with the youth and being able to come up with Dom and Lynette and to be able to be trained with them and just to work with them, to be friends with them, but also to really guide these kids in the Lord, which has been really great here. It's been over 10 years now, and we've had a couple of funny experiences where you get, the wanderer kind of goes on his own and does his own thing, and you have to try to find him. Somebody else tries to go to New York City and kind of wanders off on their own, and you're like, where are they? Where's Tommy? So we've just had some funny experiences where we've had to try to get people and keep them in line, but it's been great, and we've just had a blast here with them. So.
If you wanna see how much you mean to me, look at my hands, look at my side. If you could count the times that say you are forgiven, it's more than the drops in the ocean. Open your heart, it's time that we start again.
There was one day when I had Aiden in one arm and Anya in the other arm, and as we all know, they're little pork chops and so cute, and the three of us were napping together on the rocking chair, and it was just, I don't know, the most beautiful moment that I can remember having in nursery with them. And of course, by the time service was over and they came and grabbed them, both my arms were numb. But I would never forget that or change it for anything.
My favorite memory is praise and worship.
Hanging out with everybody and all my friends and family.
The turkey tryout for this night. My favorite part of church is praise and worship. Summer games. When I was in the other class and my mom was teaching and we went outside to blow bubbles. My favorite thing is to dress up as Elsa, and my favorite thing is to make crafts in church. My favorite thing is to make friends and learn about God. And I like everything, but what I love the most is snack because it's usually always something surprising, and everything that they pick is something that I like. Okay. My favorite thing about church is the bagels.
Just how deep, just how wide.
You just did it now. I love it.
Oh my God.
I knew you were doing it the first time.
Are you recording now?
Yeah,
you are?
recording.
You little sneak.
Recording. I'll give you one.
Oh, good. All you gotta do.
And I hope that was taped.
Yes, it was. Okay.
I don't know. It's horrible.
You're only gonna.
I'm like, it's a chicken. Like, what the heck? Why wouldn't I have a chicken with me?
Okay, wait, don't do it yet.
I'm not doing it yet.
Okay.
But you're gonna be so
Someone would say that's perfect. Can you say that for me?
Elvis has been on.
You were so funny.
I'm like this. Okay.
My favorite moment that this church has been finding my awesome wife.
Man, I just look better and better every time I see this.
Okay, take 75.
All right.
Favorite memories of church. Do you have anything good to say about the church?
Well, the only thing I can remember, because I've been scarred for my life ever since, is when Mom and Dad left me at church when I was like 9 years old, and I'm walking down the street, just bawling my eyes out, and like 4 people tried to pick me up, and I was like, don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, it took a while for us to notice. So, you got anything good to say about this church?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
Alright, I got tea time at 1. Gotta get out of here.
It's time that we start again.